Okay, well here is a new video. It's really been covered before, quite a few times on YouTube, but everyone I've seen seems to get it a little bit incorrect, which can cause a couple of issues, mainly the um, the screen being incorrect, showing incorrectly, like really zoomed in and not, displaying on the screen correctly with the new firmware. That is actually because of a very minor little thing that no one seems to do. Um, but I've now flashed mine and it is absolutely perfect from the get-go. So I'll show you the actual proper way of doing it today. So obviously what you need is your ATS-20 plus, your little shortwave radio, and this is actually a brilliant little radio. I've got mine and I absolutely love it. All I've got is a long wire antenna, about 20-25 meters long, just stapled up my garden fence, following the length of the garden. And then I've just got a little crocodile clip, a little alligator clip soldered to the end, and that clips onto the stock antenna just at the top, and that increases my range. I can pick up a heck of a lot on the 40-meter band and whatever. And I've also got an adapter, a SO239 or PL259, whatever you want to call it, to BNC adapter to plug in it back, so I can use my massive CB 11-meter antenna, and I can listen to sideband and whatever on that. So obviously what you need to begin with is your shortwave little radio, your ATS-20 plus. I'm not sure if this works on the ATS-20, but I know it works on the 20 plus model. And what you need to do is get yourself a mini USB cable. Looks like that, like squared, to a USB Type A, just a basic one off eBay. I think I paid like 89 pence for mine. You just need that so you can connect it to the back of the radio, because on the back of the radio you've got two ports. Type C for that's just for charging the battery, the internal battery, and this is USB download. This is for the firmware, to upgrade the firmware. So that's what you need. You need to get a USB mini cable, plug it into your PC, and then plug this in, and then turn the radio on, and you should hear your PC go diddling. Once you've done that, if you right click on your Windows icon and go to Device Manager, under Ports, you should see USB serial CH340K COM5, which is important. You need to know this. Move that to the center of the screen. If you right click on it and click Properties and go to Port Settings, the bits per second will be like set to here. You need it set to 115/200 and click OK, and that's that done. And then all you need to do, I'm assuming at this point obviously your radio is connected to your PC and turned on. You need two bits. You need to download the firmware, which is here. You click here, which I will link in the bottom in the description. And you also need this program's called AVR Dudes. I'll also link this one. This is a newer version of 2.20. I'll link that down in the description as well. So basically, once you've downloaded your firmware and you've downloaded the program, install the program. And this is where your COM is obviously important. On Programmer, you need to type it. You need to scroll down the list and type in the Arduino bootloader using STK500 V1 protocol. Your port, you obviously need what port was found on your device manager here. So that's COM5, and putting your baud rate at 115/200. That has to be 115/200 to match the settings. And once you've downloaded your firmware, which I have here, what you do obviously you click there, and you obviously choose the path that you've got it downloaded. So I've already done this and it works absolutely perfectly off the get-go. So you just click that and travel to where you've got that downloaded. And then up the top here, you've got to scroll down the list and type in AT-Mega 328P. That needs to be selected there. And now the one part that everybody seems to forget to do correctly, and this is what causes the screen to be too large, the text to be too large for the screen, is on presets. Everybody leaves it as default, but what you need to do is, first of all, ideally you need to know what Arduino you've got inside of your inside your radio. If you pop the top off where the speaker is, and you'll see inside the board, it'll either look like one of these, and it'll tell you which one it is. So it'll tell you if you've got the Nano or the Uno. Now mine has got the Uno. Mine's got the chip soldered to the board. So I click Arduino Uno 18 Mega 328P. Now if you've got the one with the Arduino Nano, you click the Nano. No one does this. People leave this as default, and that's what causes the screen issue. Once you've set that, got that correct, the correct port, COM5, baud rate, and you've located your file, then you can click program. It'll take a few seconds, and it'll say EVR do done, thank you. And that's you're done. That's the issue. You see, most people don't do this preset here, which is what causes most of your issues. But you definitely need to do that, because the Arduino Uno and the Nano operate two different ways. So you can't forget to do that. You see, that's the proper way of doing it. So you can write the correct bootloader for that specific Arduino, and then once you've done that done, you can then disconnect it from USB and turn the radio off and then back on again. Once you've finished programming, it'll actually still show the original firmware, more than likely. Sometimes they restart themselves, sometimes they don't. But don't panic if it still shows the original firmware. You just turn it off, the radio off at the back, with the on and off switch, turn it back on again, and it will load up your new firmware, which is so much better. Loads better. Loads more settings, which you can find here. Tells you everything they've added here. Look, you've got a signal meter and everything like that. CPU frequency, so you can turn down your CPU to save power. And this is what all the buttons now do. And this is when you go into the settings. If you push mode up button, I believe, band up, sorry, button, it'll take you into your settings menu. And this is what all your settings do. It's loads better. It's easier to see, and it's so much better firmware. And it's a lot more responsive than your, the standard firmware that comes on it. You can also make it so it shows a battery charge level. I personally haven't bothered, because I leave mine constantly plugged into USB-C. But once you've done that with your two 10k ohm resistors, it'll show at the bottom here your battery percentage. Like I said, I haven't personally done that. I don't think I will bother, to be honest with you. But there you go. That's how you properly do it. Unfortunately, everybody seems to miss out that part there. And that's the main part that's needed to make it program correctly. So, yeah, I hope this helped, guys.